So today we're going to talk about something that, we get a lot of emails on this. We get a lot of people calling us. We get a lot of stuff, even in our Facebook pages, they're asking this question. What's the question?
How am I going to get to Sturgis? And if I get there, what am I going to use to ride? If I ride my motorcycle, if I trailer it in, what am I going to do?
So, there's a lot of different options like that. You might say, hey, I'm going to ride my bike all the way to Sturgis, whatever it is. And that's great. And we have people like us with her ailments that she has, we have to now do an RV. But we have a lot of people that say, hey, I just want to fly in, or I'm coming from Australia, I'm coming from wherever. I want to know about rentals. And that's what we're going to tell you today. We've done our homework for you, and we're going to give you some great places that you can rent right there in the Black Hills.
So stay tuned and find out where they are and how much they cost.
First thing I'm going to tell you, Harley Davidson doesn't rent motorcycles anymore.
What?
You might find a small town dealer that still does it, but pretty much all the big dealerships have gotten out of it, and they've actually gone to a company that's called Eagle Rider. You may have heard of them. Sometimes you used to be, like in Sturgis, you used to be able to go to Black Hills Harley Davidson and pick up your Eagle Rider from there. Well, what's happened, just like in Las Vegas and a lot of the other dealers, they found out that giving them that little bit of space, they couldn't put a few more bikes there to sell. So they all got adiosed, and they're pretty much on their own now. So we're going to talk a little bit about Eagle Rider. One of our subscribers, actually Emery HVAC, he actually came out here. He came out to Vegas, and he actually went to Eagle Rider, rented a bike, and we actually went down there and kind of talked to him a little bit and kind of checked out the bikes and stuff. So I decided, let's find out what they charge. So we got on the internet, and we punched up Sturgis, and I kind of checked out to see what we could get during the Sturgis Rally. So what I found was 9 days you could rent, and this includes the insurance, it includes
taxes,
everything. They even charge you for towing if you towing insurance, which doesn't, I don't get it. But what was the total price I got on that?
$39.50.
Yeah, $3,000.
That was for 9 days, so it was almost the whole entire rally.
$3,950. So that's out the door, way you go. Now I did see on their website that you can join them and you can get a discount, which I don't know anything about that, but we're gonna put down here the only way you can get a hold of Eagle Rider for Sturgis, because they have no office there, is we're gonna put down here their website. You go onto their website and you can get all the questions and everything answered, and you might have a number there you can contact, but there's nobody there. There's only 2 places in the Black Hills that you can pick up your Eagle Rider bike, and where's that?
At Full Throttle Saloon, that's out there at Pepe Hoyle Campground off the 79 outside of Sturgis, or the Rapid City Airport is the other location where you can pick up your motorcycle through Eagle Rider.
And with Eagle Rider, you have to pre-arrange this because they don't bring only the bikes they bring or the bikes that they're renting. So if you're not renting a bike from them and you walk out there and say, hey, I want to rent a bike, they're not going to have one unless somebody canceled, which I don't know if that ever happens or not. Is Indian Motorcycles of Sturgis. They actually rent Indian bikes right there. They're actually 1 block. They're actually off right on Main Street. They're at the far end, so you may not see them if you're not an Indian person. But actually, when you come off the highway there, the exit is
Zal exit, and right there where you see Speeds, if you know where Speeds is at, if you turn right there, that'll take you onto Main Street, kind of coming up the back way instead of off Junction.
But their rental store is actually right there on LaSalle.
Yes.
So it's right there right when you pass the gas station, it's right there. So it's really easy to find. They usually have some motorcycles, some ATVs, they got a big rental sign out there. So same thing, I went on their website and I looked to see what they had available. So what I found was they had a Roadmaster, a 2023 Roadmaster for 6 days for everything, the insurance, everything you need to have. The total price was
$21.50.
Yeah, so a little bit better price, but it's not quite as many days. The other one was 9, this one's 6. The next place we found is somebody that we've met, and we've had him on our channel a lot of times, it's called Midwest Motorcycle Rental. They're actually out of Daytona. They actually have a shop down there. They rent them down there, but they've been coming out to Sturgis over 25 years. They were renting motorcycles before Harley Davidson ever thought about renting motorcycles. So they've been doing this a long time and they know how to do it. Heavy Ed actually runs the place. His wife actually takes care of the rentals.
Yeah, Christy, I believe is her name.
And we'll put their phone number here because you can actually go on the website or you can actually call them and talk to them about that. And it's actually the Daytona number, but they bring a truck up and they bring the bikes. Now, the only exception to the rule there is you're not going to get a brand new bike. But it's going to be service, and you can tell them what you want. Hey, I want a Road Glide, or they might even have some Indian bikes, and they have a lot of bikes down there that they can bring up. Yeah, so they'll give you a lot of different options that you can pick. But for them, I just kind of picked one of their motorcycles, and took a quick look at it to say, hey, you know, let's see what they charge. So for 6 days, I punched in there for, which they already, when you go on their website, it's already out the door price. So you're gonna know there's no insurance to buy, there's none of that stuff. It's all included in the deal. Taxes and everything. So their total price for 6 days is
$1,635.
that's $1,635. That's a heck of a deal. So if you're looking for a bike, that's one of the places that I would highly recommend. Like I say, we're going to put the phone number down here and their website again where you can contact them. But we did find a couple other places that you might say, you know, I don't know. I like to get something different. Well, you know, there is rideshare groups now. And actually, I found a couple out in Sturgis. And I'm not going to quote any prices there. You're better off going out and look. But I mean, you can rent a Honda or a Kawasaki or a Harley from these people. So there's a lot of different ones. There's only website to go to. And one of them is called Eagle Share. And the next one is called Rideshare. We're going to put them both down here, and we'll put each one of their websites there, so you can go there and you can look and see what's available. A couple of the bikes were already gone that I kind of clicked on to see what they had, but of course they're going to up their prices too. But there, what you're doing is you're renting from an individual. Like if Tam wanted to rent her motorcycle, you would be renting it from her. So you go to their house, or they meet you someplace, or whatever.
Pick it up.
Yeah. So a lot of people do rideshare and do a great job with it. That just want to give you that other option here. So we've given you quite a few different options. We've given you the phone numbers, the websites, how to get a hold of them. And right now, some of these, like I said, I just looked at this yesterday. These bikes were still had availability. Now you can do, some of these places had 1-day rentals. So that's kind of neat. Now, one of the other things that we've had a lot of people ask about, because up in Sturgis, there's something that's really unique, and we only found it out a couple years ago. What's so unique about the Black Hills?
If you like riding UTVs, they have over 20,000 miles to ride out in the Black Hills. Of
trails and all this stuff. It's crazy. So we got a hold of a couple of places here. If you're thinking about, hey, I want to do something different while I'm out in the Black Hills. I want to have an adventure day. You know, so what we did is
the Black Hills.
We found a couple places, and I priced all these are 4-seaters because I figured you're going to bring some friends with you. So
the more the merrier.
That's right. And so we started out with, which you can't hardly believe, right there in Sturgis, you can go to the Indian Motorcycle Sturgis dealership. They actually rent UTVs out there. The Polaris, they rent them out there. They're actually they go under another name, so if you're Googling them and things like that, it's actually called Black Hills Off-Road Adventures. So they're there, you can rent them downtown, and so they're right in Sturgis. And the nice thing about South Dakota is, if they've got plates on them, you can pretty much ride them anywhere but on the interstates. So all the roads, you can run them up and down. If you want to go out to spearfish, or you want to ride it, you know, as long as you're on the back roads, you're going to be pretty safe with them. But they do have to have plates on them. So make sure you have plates and things like that on them, so you do. And if you have little kids in there may be helmet laws, things like that, because a lot of them, they're not really motorcycles, but there could be rules if you have younger people. But if you're older, you don't have to wear a helmet. So that's one place. And what I found out there for a price, just for one day, they have a Polaris. I just looked up a Razor 4-seater. It's a 1,000 model. And the price on that a day is
$429.
Yep. So it's a little bit of money, but I mean, you get it for 24 hours.
And it'd be pretty fun to run around out there in the Black Hills.
And they got half-day rentals, 12-hour rentals. They got all these ones have different rentals. I just picked daily because I thought, you know, if I'm going to go out and rent one, I want to take it for a whole day. Because by the time you get out there, who knows how long it'll take you to get back. So the next place we found is out in Keystone. There's a place that's actually called Wilderness Edge. And what they do is they have Kawasaki's that they rent. They have a KRK4. I think it's 4-seater. And on that one there, it's a couple dollars less. It ended up being
$425 a day.
So a little bit different. And the last place we want to talk about is actually, we just had a video come out on Spearfish Canyon. Actually out at the lodge, when you go out to that last waterfall over there, when you pull into the road on the side to go to the back parking lot, over to the right, there's a big giant shed with a gas pump out front. They do rentals there. So there, they didn't have any particular brands, but they were a little bit, you know, they were probably about the same price the last place was.
It's Keystone, yeah. It was $425 a day.
Yep. So not too bad. And we're going to put the phone numbers down for all these places that you can check out. You can also go to their websites and see this. But we just wanted to give you guys some adventures of maybe, hey, I want to do something different. Or hey, it's the last minute.
Some options.
Yeah. Because you just don't know when you're coming to Sturgis. Hey, I'm going to be there a few days extra. Let's do this and that. And if you're coming before the rally, you know, prices can be a little bit better price. So just depending on what you are. I did find one of these UTV places that don't rent it at all during the rallies. They don't allow it, which I don't remember who it was, but they're not somebody we're putting on the list.
No.
Some of these people, we have no idea who they are. So we know the Indian Dealer, we know Midwest Motorcycle Rental, we Eagle Rider. We don't know anybody at Eagle Rider.
But we've rented from them before.
Yep, we have. So, just depending on what you are, but we just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what the prices are to figure out, hey, I could drive, I could get a hotel and I could do all that. Or, hey, I could fly in, I could rent a bike, and I could do what I want to do. So, just give you some different options to help you out.
Especially if you're limited on your vacation time. Like, let's say you only get a week and you want to spend the most time you can out there. So you can fly into Rapid City, you can rent your bike, you can do all the fun stuff and get home within your week and have your cake and eat it too. How about that?
That's right. So it's pretty neat. So with that, we're going to leave you right here with all this great information, and we'll put it down here in the notes down at the bottom. If you missed any of these phone numbers or the name of the places, we'll put it down here. You just go down here and click more underneath here if you're watching on YouTube, and it'll give you all these information here. And tell them you've seen it at Bob and Tam's. You just never know, you might get a discount because we're finding out some of our subscribers have used our name at some of the places that we've recommended, and they've gotten a little bit of money back.
There you go. How about that?
Nothing wrong with that because, we're here to give you all that great information, and hey, if we can save you a few bucks at this deal,
that's great.
Go for it. If they don't, well, at least they'll know
that we sent you.
That's right. So with that, we're going to leave you right here because we're packing up and getting ready to head to, where are we going?
Sturgis. First, we're going to go to St. Louis, then we're going to go to Milwaukee's 120th homecoming, and then we'll be on the road to Sturgis. We'll be there July 19th.
That's right. And we're going to be there for the Adventure Bike Week. You're like, what the heck is that? That's a whole nother video. We'll be putting that out real soon and tell you a little bit about that because if you've got an adventure bike, this is something you might want to check out for 3 or 4 days.
It's pretty cool.
Yep, getting bigger and bigger. 3rd year it's going to be.
Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.